So, last night we watched Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery. Connor, what is the plot to Glass Onion?
Glass Onion stars Daniel Craig once again as a detective who's sent on a mission to help solve the mystery of Ed Norton's murder, which is a murder mystery that Ed Norton set up. After a series of twists, it's revealed that that might not be the case, and people start dying for real. I'm not going to spoil any more of the movie. I feel like if I go deeper, it's going to spoil the movie. So from here on out, it's going to be spoilers because I want to talk about my thoughts on this movie. And my thoughts on this movie contain spoilers. So fuck off if you want to watch Glass Onion for real, which debuts on Netflix in like a month and is in theaters currently. So Aiden, what did you think of Glass Onion?
It is good. It's a nice, fun mystery. Mystery's a genre that don't see a lot of movies anymore. I can't remember the name of Daniel Craig's character, but I like the character. He's sort of a southern Sherlock Holmes, right? Basically. The stories play out a lot like a lot of classic Sherlock Holmes tales do, where he's basically 2 steps ahead of everyone at all times, but he's also kind of just like this sweet old southern guy, which is a fun little character. As for the mystery, I like the twist, I suppose. The twist being, and spoilers again, obviously, that Edward Norton is behind it all, but he's so stupid that it flew completely under the detective's radar. And that's set up through a number of things throughout the movie. I think that's a very, very fun, very Sherlock Holmes kind of twist to the mystery.
Yeah, and Edward and Daniel Craig multiple times in the movie. Ultimately, when he solves the mystery, he calls Edward Norton stupid for it, because he is stupid. And he's like, he sets up multiple times in the movie, he doesn't understand stupid mysteries like the game Clue and stuff.
And the game
so it's actually well set up.
The game Among Us, and Daniel Craig plays Among Us.
Daniel Craig does play Among Us with R.I.P. Angela Lansbury.
Rest in peace. Yep. Yeah, if a mystery is too stupid, he can't see it because he is overthinking it. But he teams up with, after a while you find out that one of the people on the island is actually playing the part of her deceased sister who was murdered by Edward Norton. And they have a long flashback to get to that point and explain how Daniel Craig ended up on the island. It's really fun. It's fun. It's a good mystery. I think the Edward Norton thing is a little bit obvious, but I still like how the conclusion of it is reached. I think that's about it. It's a really nice little mystery story. It's very well acted. Everyone in it is great. It's very well shot. The island setting is fun, and it makes me want to watch the first Knives Out, which I missed a long time ago. So, Connor, your thoughts on Glass Onion?
Glass Onion is a movie which I really enjoyed. I have a bunch of small nitpicks that keep it from being up there with movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Batman for this year, which I found to be top tier movies, but it's up there with the highest tiers, so expect it near the top of our rankings this year because I highly enjoyed it.
Well, I hear a lot of people say that it's a little inferior to the first one, which makes me want to see that one even more. Even though Joe ruined it for me.
Even though Joe ruined it for us. Yoda Joe 93, shout out to Yoda Joe.
I still want to see how it plays out. I mean, I knew how this one.
Right.
I basically knew how this one would go, but the mystery is still fun. So
The characters in this movie are all fun and well fleshed out. Some better than others. But you know, I basically knew 10 minutes going in that it was Edward Norton.
yeah. Well,
Like,
my
you
first
knew that
thought-
it was too obvious that Edward Norton, like, the obvious path would be for Edward Norton to get killed. So I was like, okay, Edward Norton's not getting killed.
See, my
The
thought,
obvious path would be, and then when they made it,
one of the
you
earliest
know.
Sherlock Holmes stories is a guy commits suicide to frame his wife for murder. I thought he was gonna commit suicide to fuck with everyone. When he lived, I was like, okay, okay.
see, I thought from the start he was gonna live, and then once Dave Bautista died, or whatever his name is, I knew that he was the killer. But that's part of the fun. I just happened to get it right. That's kind of part of the fun, is guessing it. There's little clues here and there, which they lay out to you later in the film very well.
Mm.
And I didn't get all of those clues. I didn't notice all of those clues, and you're like, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, even if you
Ryan Johnson did a really good job of setting up clues that you could find out who the actual killer was going to be. I didn't get all those clues right. I noticed some of the clues, and that's kind of part of the fun of the mystery.
yeah.
It's shot super well. It's really fun for a Netflix movie. It really feels like
Well, I think
it's
Netflix
worth.
bought it after.
No, Netflix paid $1 billion.
They produced
Netflix paid $1 billion for the next 2 Knives Out sequels, or 3.
Okay. Well,
But Netflix paid $1 billion
I'm into it.
for a
Looking
couple
forward to seeing
Knives Out sequels.
you know what's funny about Rian Johnson?
What? It's
Doing the opposite of what you'd expect in a movie. Fantastic for mystery movies. For Star
does
Wars.
not work for Star Wars.
Not so much.
Yeah. No, Rian Johnson did a good job in this movie.
Yeah, it's really well shot. And that was one of the few things that was actually good about episode 8. Was the shooting, so. He's definitely got an eye for making things look nice, and when he has the ability to tell a story that is full of twists and turns and unexpected events, he's really good at it.
I also think he had no idea what he was doing with Star Wars. Because he...
Who would if you had it thrown at you and were told do something?
Well, you know, he decided, let's go to a casino planet, which is the stupidest idea ever. He picked the stupidest idea for Star Wars. Whatever. Because this movie's good.
This movie is good.
I don't really have anything against Rian Johnson because I like Looper and I like this movie. The Last Jedi sucks, but apparently the first Knives Out is good. So if I see the first Knives Out and like it, I feel like Rian Johnson's on par for good, even though his Star Wars sucked.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
If Knives Out 1 is this good or better as people say, I'm willing to call Star Wars a weird fluke in his career.
Yeah. Because I like Looper. I mean, I haven't seen Looper in a long time, but I
I
like
think
it.
it's okay.
I thought Looper was decent and Knives Out and Glass Onion was good. Whatever. It shot well. Daniel Craig occasionally.
His accent's fucking.
His accent's a little fucky sometimes.
He bounces between Southern gentleman and British.
Yeah, it's a little weird sometimes, but everyone's decent in it. Edward Norton gets his most Edward Norton performance, which was fine with me because it's been a while since we've seen Edward Norton. We don't see Edward Norton that much these days. So seeing Edward Norton just be the most fucking Edward Norton we've ever seen Edward Norton be Edward Norton was awesome to me.
Yeah, it was glad.
Dave Bautista was really fun. Everyone was fun in this movie. Everyone gave it their all. Everyone was having fun. It's a fun murder mystery. It's a fun 2 hours.
Yep.
It's fun.
Nice and clean.
I had a lot of fun. It's
Nice.
nice and clean.
Yep.
It's long, but it earns its runtime well.
It doesn't even feel long. It feels nice and
I recommend watching this. I feel bad saying I recommend watching this so late in the review. I should have said it earlier before I started spoiling, because I recommend everyone watches it either on Netflix or in theaters because it's really
throw
fun.
a little edit into the video.
Yeah, throw an edit in there that says, before we start spoiling shit, that says, it's fun. I enjoy it. Watch it before you
Not sure what I'll say, but I'll put some.
watch this. I don't know. Throw a little black screen in there. I don't know. But I'm excited to watch Knives Out, even though it was spoiled for me by Yoda Joe 93 YouTuber. Subscribe to him. He's going to be on our next Netflix roulette. And he's in the film I'm recording right now, Epic Seabiscuit #2.
I was
So,
saying, you already gave your recommendation.
So, Aiden, what do you recommend?
Yeah.
I was going to say Epic Seabiscuit, Glass Onion.
Yeah, if you can see it in theaters, I think it's a very, very pretty movie that would be worth going to theaters for. If you can't, it'll be on Netflix soon, which is really convenient. It's a lot of fun. All the COVID jokes at the start are gonna age a little
Yeah,
bit.
the COVID stuff all felt. The COVID shit
It already
aged
has
like
aged
crap.
a little bit.
Yeah, the COVID shit aged like crap. Anything
The scene at the
COVID aged like crap.
The scene at the start of the movie where they're all wearing masks, it's already a little dated. It's already a little bit dated.
I feel like the millisecond I took my mask off for the first time, that would have felt dated because I was just fucking over it by the time. By the time I was able to take my mask off forever, it felt dated. Or masks felt dated and old. And the fact that masks came in this movie about a year after we were able to kind of fucking stop with those, it feels super dated. So there is a dated element to all the COVID shit, but I can get past it. I get it.
It is
We filmed
what
it
it is.
before.
Yeah,
Probably
this was probably
expect-
filmed 2 years ago, and like, what are you gonna do? You can't edit out the scene that introduces all the characters.
And the sight gags are funny. I mean, you
Yeah,
got
there's some
Dave
funny
Bautista, who's kind of an Alex Jones type,
Who comes in
and he
without
comes
the
without a
mask.
mask, and then you
Yeah,
got the
rich
stupid
woman has
bitch
to
comes
get-
with the mask with the holes in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
There's
get
some
the
fun
idea.
gags.
It would be funny, but you're like, this is. If I watch this movie for the first time in 10 years, I'd be like,
What the shit is this?
or if I'm a little baby right now, or not even born yet, and I watch this movie in 20 years, what the shit is this? You know.
The opening scene. If the opening scene
Otherwise,
came
the
out a year
movie
and a
feels
half ago,
fairly timeless.
yeah, no, it's super timeless. It's a nice. Besides the dated COVID shit, it's a pretty well timeless, classic Sherlock Holmes style mystery.
I love that though. 2020 to 2021, you're gonna have so much. Any media that came out in that time is gonna be the most dated dog shit
The
ever.
fucking Zendaya online dating movie.
What?
That movie, it won like a bunch of awards. It came out last year and it's called like Stuck Together, and it's about Zendaya and some guy who started dating online and then lived together during the lockdowns. And they like yell at each other a lot or something. I don't know what the movie's about. And it was like the first Hollywood movie made during lockdown, and it's just Zendaya and her boyfriend fighting in a room for an hour and a half. That movie's gonna be fucking unwatchable in a fucking year and a half.
It already is.
Yeah. A year and a half from when it came out just now.
Anyways. So that was Glass Onion and Knives Out 2.
Looking forward to the next one. Looking forward to revisiting the first. Visiting the first for the first time.
Visiting the first.
Kind of a revisit for me.